At the end of each week, most traders know they should review their trades. Wins, losses, setups, entries, exits. But there's another layer that too many ignore, one that's just as important. Reviewing your emotions. Because in trading, it's not just what you did that matters. It's what you felt while doing it. Your internal state is what drives your actions. And if you don't examine it, you're leaving half the story on the table. Think about it. The hesitation before a clean setup, the sudden shift in confidence after a loss, the urge to revenge trade, or the way your position size creeps up after a win. These aren't strategy errors. They're emotional patterns. And those patterns don't get corrected by tweaking your edge or changing your indicators. They get corrected by awareness, by seeing the loop, by owning your part in it. So here's the challenge. When you sit down to review your week, don't just look at what the market did. Look at what you did in response. And more than that, ask yourself why. What were you feeling? Were you trading your plan or trading your emotions? Were you present and grounded or reactive and scattered? Was that trade an expression of discipline or a reaction to discomfort? The goal here is simple: emotional transparency. You can't fix what you're unwilling to see, and you can't build consistency on a foundation of denial. That's why honest journaling is essential. Not just the numbers, but the emotions behind them. Write what you felt before, during, and after key trades. What pulled you in? What made you hesitate? What caused you to hold when you knew better? This doesn't mean beating yourself up. It means treating your emotional process like data, valuable, real, and actionable. The same way you would study a chart, study your mind. The more you do this, the more patterns you'll see. And once you start seeing those patterns clearly, you can begin to change them. Also, be intentional about planning for next week, not just in terms of market prep, but mental prep. What do you want to do differently? What behavior are you working on? Maybe it's cutting losses faster. Maybe it's trusting your first read. Maybe it's holding to target without watching every tick. Write it down. Make it specific. Don't just hope to do better. Give yourself a structure to be better. Because that's what this is about: continuous improvement through emotional awareness. Trading is one of the most emotionally demanding professions there is. If you don't train for that, if you don't reflect and reset regularly, you're not giving yourself a fair shot. You're leaving yourself open to repeating the same self-sabotaging cycles again and again. And if you're thinking, well, I already know what I did wrong, good. Now prove it by documenting it, by facing it on paper. That small act builds honesty. That honesty builds discipline. And over time, that discipline becomes your edge. So as this trading week closes, don't just review your setups. Review your state. How did you show up? Where did you break down? Where did you rise to the moment? What lesson are you taking forward? This process doesn't take hours. It just takes focus. 10 minutes of real honesty can do more for your growth than 10 hours of studying price action. Let your emotional journal become your mirror. Let it reveal the version of you that showed up this week. And then decide who you're bringing into next week's market. Not with guilt, not with pressure, but with awareness, clarity, and intention. Because that's how you become the kind of trader you want to be. One week, one reset, one decision at a time.